Hey, so today I wanted to go over a few different ways to get your sounds wider. Let's check it out. Okay, so I've got this very mono bass patch. So first up, let's check out how much width it has to start with. We'll grab an EQ and we'll switch it to mid-side mode and we'll put it in sides. And you can see there's nothing at all happening in the sides. We'll get rid of these EQs, we don't need them. So the first thing we could do is throw a reverb on there. So we'll make it nice and short so it's not too obvious what's going on. And we'll just tune the dry wet while we listen. Yeah, it certainly sounds a little bit wider. We can take out some of the lows on the sides only, just so we don't create any mud down here. And one thing we can do is we can use a utility and we can just push the width a bit to make the sides louder, which will make the sound wider. So I'll bring it all the way down initially and then I'll bring it up as we play the sound. That definitely sounds a lot wider. It sounds a little bit unfocused on the sides though, because the reverb is a dispersing effect. So we can use a delay instead. So I've turned the reverb off and we've got our delay. We want the feedback all the way down. We want it to ping pong, so there's a lot of stereo information. And we want to turn the sync to time. And I'll bring down the delay time as we play it. So you can hear the phasing that the delay time introduces. That's because we're mixing the delayed version of the signal with the original. So you've really got to tune this delay time so it sounds right on your sound. If we increase the feedback, the sound gets wider, but we introduce a bit more of the comey, filtery sound. So I like it somewhere around there. We can of course use the dry wet to just blend in just a bit. Our sound sounds pretty wide, but the delay introduces a delay, which means that it's not really appropriate for drum sounds because you'll get a lot of ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and the end of the sound kind of blurs a bit because it delays out instead of just ending nicely. We could tidy that up by using a gate. So now we don't get the tail of the delay, we just get the delay when the main sound is happening. So one of the things to note here is if we hit mono, we still get our original sound, but we can hear the delays happening in there as well. So what if we wanted to make a wide signal using delays, but we didn't want to impact the sound in mono? There is a way to do it. We can grab the delay and use a utility. And on width, we can right click and put it into mid-side mode and move it to 100% S. So now we only get the side signals. So I'll turn off the gate for now. So that's only the side information coming through. On the mids, we should have nothing. Okay, so we'll call this delay sides. If we add a chain for the dry signal, now we've got the original signal in the middle and our delays off to the sides. And the nice thing about this is if you hit the mono button, you just go back to having your original signal. So what that's done is just added in the side information. In a mono situation, you haven't messed up your sound at all. You've still got the original strong sound without all the delays getting in the way. You could also put the reverb in there. And so mono. Still perfectly dry, but on the sides, let's go to mid-side mode here. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You can put anything into this kind of a rack where you're just extracting the sides. Let's throw a wide phaser in. Make it a bit slower. So our mono signal is still just the original nice clean dry bass, but the sides have a whole bunch of width. So if we play them together, and of course now we can control the balance between the mids and the sides with the balance knob in our utility. So this is a great little way to add extra stereo information to your sounds without ruining the mono compatibility of the sound. You've got to be careful though, if you add really long delays which kind of become noticeable and characteristic to the sound, you're going to lose that entirely in mono. So you need to kind of keep an eye on what you're doing. If you want your sound to sound the same in mono and in stereo, probably best to not use this trick. But if you want to keep a nice strong fundamental in mono and just have interesting stuff happening on the sides, this is a couple of ways to get you there. Cheers.